All right, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all in the episode of Running With You. And today we got to run about this clip I came across. And I think it's a woman, trying to debunk the whole narrative that black men don't like women. At least that's what I think she is getting at. I haven't watched this video, so, we're going to have to just react to it together. I seen like the first 10 seconds, but let's see what she's talking about.
Quick question. Who's going to tell these people that black men actually like black women a lot? The people that I know, my homegirls, family members, black men like black women. Like, I don't know where y'all are hearing that they don't. They do. There's a lot of people with black men. I love black men and I have a black man, okay? And my black man loves me. But we're not going to get on that topic. But black men love black women. Now, there's some who don't, okay? But I genuinely think many black men really love their women. I do, unless they get traumatized or something happens, or maybe they just want to go on the other side. I don't know. But black men really do like black women. Like, why are people thinking that they don't?
Okay, I'll tell you why people thinking that they don't. Once you start seeing something on the internet so much over and over and over and over, you start to get it wired in your head that that's probably, you know, more normal or more common than you think, or it is, you know, probably a bigger percentage than what you think. But most black men that are married to black women, you know, and I think a lot of black men do like black women. It's just certain men adopted this whole red pill ideology. Certain men grew up with black women, didn't like them, so they went where they're liked. And certain men date outside their race just to spite black women, and certain men came into some money and became the real beat it chick in real life. And the girl who wanted him, who he wanted at first, was black. She didn't want him, so then he got with a Spanish or white girl. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you try to bash black women, there's nothing wrong with having a preference for another race. But when you try to talk down on your race and put the race that you like on a pedestal, that's when it's a problem. Also, I think when it comes to the athletes, the draft night, when a lot of the black men are, you know, their girlfriend is white or their girlfriend is Spanish or something like that, it starts to come across like, man, all these black men want anybody but a black woman. It starts to come across that way. But it's only a handful of men get drafted to the NFL per year, first of all. And then these men are going to colleges where proximity is going to be white people or, Spanish people. And they're going to be dating with who they're in proximity of for the most part. So you're going to see a lot of these type of women by these men's sides. And these women are, they doing it, but playing a long game and playing their part. And they trying to, secure their future by being nice to these men, you know? Now, do black women and other women in other cultures get raised different in general mostly? Yes, I do believe that, because a lot of black women, you know, were raised to be independent, even black men. As soon as you're 18, oh, you got to get out the house, fend for yourself. Like, our belief system within the black community is flawed in a lot of ways. And it's raised to teach women, oh, you don't need a man. Oh, man ain't shit, to whereas other uh cultures, they're raised to serve a man, submit to a man, be feminine to a man, you know. So I think a lot of that got stuff to do with it too. Does certain black women have these traits and grew up in these certain households? Yes, but it's not a large amount compared to these other cultures who really have a large amount because they practice that, throughout a, a ton of households, you know. Now, the typical stereotypical, oh, I had no man in the house, oh, we had so much trauma, all those stereotypes, those are slimmer than what people think. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's not more common in our community compared to other communities.
That's scary. Just like YT men like their women too. Black men love their women. When their women walking down the street, that's the first thing most of them are looking at is another black woman. They're not really like when they are walking, their eye is catched to a black woman if they are a black man most of the time. Now, like I said, there are some people who like to venture out, and that's okay. But whoever is telling people that black men don't like black women, that is a scam, and you're being scammed. Just like my nail falling off, you're being scammed. Like, yeah, yeah, genuinely. Like, that's weird. They're out here liking their own kind.
Yeah, man, I think the internet kind of warped people's mind to make certain things believe is way more bigger than what it is in percentages. Um, if you see something a lot, you're gonna start thinking, "Oh man, everybody," you know what I'm saying? You're gonna start thinking it's like that. It's no different than how you're just wired to start liking a song after you hear so much on the radio, after you hear it in the club, in the radio, on TikTok, on all these feeds and stuff because everybody doing a challenge to it. But I do believe that it does be weird when certain black men spite black women for dating other races. And I always say this, like, take the black man that only date white women and take the black woman that only date white men. What if these two people were single and they met each other? Would they date each other? Like, and let's just say they have a lot in common. I always wonder why those two don't never get together. You ever wondered that? Like the those guys who only date white women and those women who only date white men, they don't never get together. Like, do they don't never get together because they know they won't be the token black anymore, and they won't feel a sense of superiority, to the fellow black people because they're dating someone who's white and more superior to them, you know? Because let's just say they did meet each other in a perfect setting. Do you think they would disqualify each other just because they black? That's one thing I always wonder. But I want to know what y'all think about the video. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what you're waiting on. Until next time, I'm out.